Hey guys, it's your boy M.L.S back here with another video. Hope it's well wherever you are. I was thinking on this channel, I normally like to cover a range of different topics. Normally it's about my ideas for helping in developing countries, and in July I mainly wish to help talk about ideas for supporting First Nation people of the Americas. But I thought I'd combine those two things as it's a football season, so to speak. It's the European Cup going on at the moment, so I thought I'd combine those two things together, like football and Indigenous people from the Americas to get into football. So, as an Italian football fan, I'd love to see Italian football, or for any Americans out there, soccer academies, or calcio in Italy, academies, and also like Italian and Celtic having Italian football teams, and Celtic FC also having like football academies for Indigenous people from the Americas, or First Nations people from all over the Americas. As I said in my previous videos, like when I say the Americas, I mean I'm talking about not just America itself, but like Canada, Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Chile, and all countries which come under the Americas, like North or South or Central America as well, if you count that as a continent. So I'd love to see somehow Italian football having and Celtic perhaps somehow having football academies, or again soccer academies in the Americas, like for Indigenous people from, or First Nations people, and hopefully that'll be a mutual benefit, because it will help the First Nations people because they will have like something to do. It will also keep them healthy and fit, generally speaking. I'm sure, I know in football you can get injuries, or again soccer you can get injuries, but generally speaking you also it also keeps you fit and active, generally speaking. So rather than it keeps you active, as I say, and maybe also like with academies you can learn about diets and things like that, and some of those players may even become professional in the future. That'd be really cool, I think. And I'd love to see, as I say, as an Italian fan and a Celtic fan, I'd love to see Italy and Celtic also benefiting from those, although I suppose it would require, that's the right word, I think, require some initial investment from those clubs, from Italian clubs or the Italian FA or whatever, and also or specific clubs like Inter Milan or AC Milan or Juventus or whatever, and also Celtic, putting money in initially, like to train those people and like give them diets and education on diets and things like that, and also like pitches to practice on. So it'll probably cost some money to do that, but like also they could work with charities and NGOs, but I hope it will benefit, as I say, in the long term, both First Nation people, or even the short term, but First Nation people and from those places, I'll say from America, Canada, and the rest of the Americas, and also Italian football and each Italian club, or possible Italian clubs, maybe even some of the lower level clubs, and Celtic, and maybe like they could be fundraising ideas to make that happen as well. So like to invest in some of these academies and football pitches and coaches. Sometimes charities and NGOs might be able to get involved as well, or people could just make donations to help that to happen. So again, I hope it will benefit the First Nations people and also Italian football and Celtic, as I have bias towards those as well. So anyway, I thought I'd share that idea, especially as Italy played today and European Cup is going on. So I don't know why I was put that in speech marks, but so yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. As I say, because Italy played today, I thought I'd cover this video today, because I have thought about the idea for a while, but I suppose I haven't planned it on paper or whatever probably quite as much as I would like to anyway. But yeah, so I'd love to hear what you think, what could be some fundraising ideas, or what you think of the idea itself, or I hope I'm making some sense with what I'm talking about. But so yeah, what do you think of the idea of football or soccer or whatever you want to call it, academies to train young people, especially First Nations people, maybe people generally, but especially First Nations people, or maybe even on reservations in America, especially, and again Canada, Brazil, and different places. And again, that could mean Italian clubs like Inter, AC Milan, Juventus, and others improve their relations with Indigenous people from the Americas, and also gain some benefit from such, because in the future, those people, if they become good footballers, and maybe Italian teams could have the first pick of those, and also like if they do well, Italian clubs could sell them on or utilize their strengths either way. So either way, they benefit, and again Celtic as well. But also, as I say, it'd be mutual. Hopefully, who I'm hoping to benefit the most would be Indigenous people from the Americas, and also Italian football, and also Celtic. So those are the three groups I'd mainly wish to help. But maybe maybe other leagues like the M.L.S, the Major League Soccer in America, or other leagues, even in South America like Brazil or Argentina, or especially European leagues, which mostly have more money, like the Bundesliga in Germany or the Premier League here in the UK, here in England. Sorry, they might also think that it's a good idea. But I thought, as I'm a fan of Italian football and Celtic, I hope to share the idea with them first, so they can hopefully make the most benefit of those ideas. But even if M.L.S teams, or maybe even different football teams working with NGOs like M.L.S teams, as well as Serie A teams, or even lower league teams in Italy, like even GrassRoots teams, like there could be fundraising to help them to develop these football academies, which again I hope will benefit Italian football, Indigenous people from the Americas, and Celtic. So again, I'd love to hear what you think about that idea. If you are an Indigenous person from the Americas, or a fan of Italian football or Celtic, or just generally anyone who wishes to share their idea, but hopefully it won't be too harsh what comments you make. But again, I often say like free speech and all that, so hopefully I'll be tough enough to take any negative comments as well, or even rude comments if they come my way. But hopefully that it'll be mostly positive. So sorry if I waffled, and hopefully I made some sort of sense, or was at least fairly coherent. But I thought I'd share that idea while it's still in my head, and also while I get the opportunity, and also especially as Italy played today. I'd love to develop the idea before any other clubs could do so. So anyway, I'm out. Peace and up.